Hey Fit Fam, Coach Russo here with Yobi Fit Forever. You can see we got a brand new banner. Also, it is Monday. We are doing a red shirt core strength workout. Now, before we start, I want to take 1 minute of your time and explain something that I've just discovered recently, and it's extremely powerful and can impact your life in an amazing way. And I'm not just saying that so you watch this. I'm literally telling you this comes down to what's called alignment therapy, okay? So what we're going to try to do, what we are going to do is we're going to stack our load-bearing joints in alignment, okay? So once our load-bearing joints are in alignment, guess what happens to our muscles, right? Our muscles start to build in a way that holds our posture up, and a lot of benefits happen, okay? I have spent, no joke, 15 years studying corrective exercises to try to get us into alignment. When I realized if you start with alignment therapy, the body will already be in alignment, so the exercises are not only going to be beneficial or more beneficial, they're going to happen faster. We can actually get more done with less exercises, okay? So you are going to need a chair for today's workout, so grab the chair. We're going to start in the chair. I'm going to explain something, and then we're going to go right into alignment therapy, and then we're going to do some standing posture and some stretching, and that's going to be today, okay? So let's get started. Grab your chair, and let's work out. All right, folks, you got your chair. Just a quick little explanation here about the alignment. All right, so sitting, right? A lot of us sit a lot. That's just the nature of the game. So what happens when we sit, everyone knows sitting's bad, but let me explain to you why it's bad in quotes. First of all, when you sit, most times their lower back tends to reach backwards to the chair. This is called flexion, right? So your lumbar flexes back, it rounds, and your pelvis actually comes forward. While that's an issue, we actually do a lot. Some people actually sit up straight. We do a lot to get the lumbar in the right position. So that's actually not the worst thing that happens when you sit. The worst thing that happens when you sit is your pelvis, okay? Your pelvis essentially looks like big elephant ears. So when you sit, these clavicular bones, they tend to, I call splaying, is they roll to the outside, right? Not only do my knees come out, my pelvis comes out, but when the front goes out, the back has to go. So we're getting all this tension across here. You got the sacrum, the glutes, everything gets so short. Now, what we do with corrective exercises is we stretch the glutes, we get the core muscles engaged, but I'm telling you, if we don't align the pelvis first, all that other stuff, while good, is not going to be as effective as just spending time getting the pelvis straight, okay? Last thing before we start is, the scary part about this is your pelvis can be straight, or your pelvis can be totally splayed out, but your knees and your ankles can be straight forward. So what that does, as you can see, is my pelvis is going out, my knees are rolling forward, ankles, torque, the whole bit, everything's off, all right? So go ahead, grab your chair, we're gonna get on the mat, I'm gonna go right through it. I've actually already filmed this part, so the sound cuts out right at the side planks and the planks. I promise you this is never gonna happen again, but it did. But you guys know how to do side planks, so just follow along, get your side planks done, get your planks. Look, folks, I know you guys are eager to start working out. Let's do this, okay? So I'm gonna put the chair at the edge of the mat here, and I want you guys, I'm gonna be zoomed out so you guys can see everything. Now, this is actually a way to get down. I'm gonna, right here, put my hands on the chair, bring my knee down, boom, I'm on the ground, okay? So grab your chair. Now, we're gonna roll onto our backs. Wah! And I want you to put both feet up on the chair. This is called the supine back stretch, okay? So, for supine back stretch, you want your knees at 90-degree angles, and you're like so, okay? Now, naturally, what you'd want to do is let your hips open up like this, sort of like, I call it the baby giving position anyways. Now, what we're going to do instead is we're going to take these pelvis flaps here, and we're going to roll them in, and what that's going to do is it's going to kind of bring our knees closer together, and we're gonna lay here, okay? So we're gonna work out of this position with the chair, right? And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna squeeze my glutes and release. And we're gonna keep squeezing our glutes over and over again. Squeeze and release, squeeze and release. Because I realize I've even trained my glutes to squeeze while my pelvis is out of alignment. Oh God. Time to undo 20 years of training, all right? Keep squeezing those glutes. You can put your hands on the bottom, squeezing, and squeezing, and squeezing, and squeezing. Good, keep squeezing. Now what we're gonna do is this is called a hooking bridge. So I'm gonna squeeze my glutes, I'm gonna round my pelvis up, so I'm actually flexing the pelvis. And what I'm gonna feel is, put your hands on your hip bones, roll the pelvis up, and roll the pelvis down, but you're squeezing your glutes the whole time. So squeeze, 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 squeeze. And you want to make sure your hips aren't opening up as you're squeezing. Very, very common, okay? I'm squeezing my glutes. I'm rolling up nice and slow, squeezing the glutes. All right, keep working that for a minute. Trust me, if we spend this 5 to 7 minutes, our life is going to be so much better, okay? I wouldn't waste your time. All right, now we're going to do, keep your hands on those bones, your hip bones. We're going to go the opposite way. You're going to actually arch your lower back so it feels like you're dropping your hips, dropping your stomach, and you're going to arch your lower back in a nice curve. Okay, then release and round and release. And what I'm doing is as I'm rounding and make sure that my hips aren't opening up. Keep them nice and in line here. And release here. And what we're doing, folks, is we're just massaging our lumbar, getting our hips on straight. Beautiful. Okay. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to go into the supine groin stretch. If you haven't learned the supine groin stretch, you need to go back and watch the only stretching video, but I'm going to show you. So one leg's on the chair in the supine back. This other leg's going to be out straight, okay? Now, I've been working this. Don't put it on the ground. Bend that knee. So for me, it's my left knee. Bend the knee that's on the ground, okay? Now, this hip that's on the floor, make sure it's pointing up to the ceiling. You want to almost feel like you're squeezing your legs together. All right, so from this position, I'm going to brace my core. Breathe in. Exhale, brace by squeezing the abdominals. And you want to make sure you're flexing everything in the abs, okay? Just like our core power. And release. Okay, breathe in. Exhale, hold. Tuck everything in. We're going to brace. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to work a march out of this position. We've done a ton of marching, folks, but this position is really going to allow us to, when we march, keep our hip perfectly neutral, okay? I've been teaching this a lot of people. Super commonly is this knee is going to track outside of the waist, okay? So you want it to come straight in, straight up. How do you know you're doing it right? Is you're actually gonna feel your core turn on, and it may feel like there's a little bit of what's like called tightness in this groin area, in the hip crease. But also, if I put my hand on my hip bone, it's just going straight up and down. Really super controlled, okay? Good. Breathe in. Keep working that. You should feel the struggle. Make sure your core is turned on, okay? What I've been cueing is feel like you're driving your tailbone into the mat, right? Lifting up. Your arms can be whatever. Don't worry about that. Woo! Okay, now from here what we're going to do is we're going to leave the leg up for, call this the half table. Squeeze this left glute, okay? And we're going to work sort of a modified unicycle. So I'm going to straighten my left leg out and towards the ceiling and back in and out. And I'm locking that knee out all the way, flexing the quad. And then from here, reaching out and in and reaching out and in. Good. Keep working that leg. Your quad should be on fire. Your hip flexor should be on fire. Okay, reaching out. Make sure your hip's not rolling out, folks, okay? Make sure your hip's not rolling out. Okay, 3, 2, 1, and relax. We could do a whole class just doing that, but we got a lot to do today. So switch legs. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to show you from this side, okay? Just so we can keep the flow going. All right, so my left leg's in supine back, as you can see, 90-degree ankle. And my right leg is on the floor. My right knee is bent, okay? I'm going to brace my core, get everything nice and tight, okay? Squeeze my right glute, and then I'm going to lift for a march. And down, good. Lifting for marches. This is like a supine groin half march. Sweet name. Okay. All right, up and down. So I'm driving my tailbone into the ground. I'm lifting this leg up and down. And really what we're doing, folks, we're just getting the pelvis on straight. And then we're going to go right from here. We're going to do a little bit more warm-ups. And then we're going to start stretching, okay? Good. This is the thing I realized. Like, you start on a video, and they start, let's do marching up and down. Start doing your warm-ups side to side. And I've done that too. But I'm just saying, if your pelvis is out, you're just going to be marching with your pelvis out, and then your back's going to get tight, and then you wonder why after the workout your back's tight. Oh, man. Okay, here, half table. So I got the right leg up. Now I'm going to do a modified unicycle. So I'm straightening my right leg out, holding, and back in, and out, making sure my pelvis is in alignment, making sure my heel is coming out straight and towards the wall, and it's sort of slightly raised up, and bend, and out, and bend, and out, and bend, and 3, 2, 1, and relax. All right, so what we're gonna do, push the chair to the side, like literally, just use your legs. I'm driving mine away, okay? Now I usually zoom in for this part, but I'm gonna stay zoomed out. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna breathe in, inhale. I want you to exhale, and then I want you to keep your hips in this nice alignment we just worked on, okay? Squeeze your glutes just gently, and we're gonna do some presses with the arms up and down. Okay, so my elbows are touching. We're gonna give the little thighs a break right here. We're gonna warm our arms up. So what's nice is when you set the pelvis, guess what happens to the rib cage? Yep, and then guess what happens to the shoulders? If you guessed alignment, you are correct. Okay, so what we're gonna do is keep drifting your elbows towards your head, okay? So this is like a modified high pull, so my elbows are up almost above my armpits, and I'm bending and straightening. I'm not bouncing my elbows off the ground, but I'm opening them up. Okay, keep going in this position, but turn your palms to the back of the room, okay? Turn your palms to the back of the room, getting the triceps, getting the shoulders, getting everything warmed up here. Okay, I'm bringing my elbows down to my sides, and I'm gonna squeeze my hands together, and I'm gonna do right here. So this is like a close grip press, modified, no weight. Core is engaged a little bit. Glutes are squeezed. My hips are in alignment. Okay, stop. Arms are up. We're gonna reach towards the ceiling and down and reach and down. So when I'm reaching towards the ceiling, my shoulder blades are sliding forward. However, my neck and head are relaxed. My ribs are relaxed. Reaching forward. Good. Breathe. Okay, now pull over. So my arms are gonna go overhead, touch, overhead, touch. Good. Open up. Open up. Very nice. So keep your shoulders down. Keep your neck relaxed. All right. And then we're going to put our arms in a nice position that's going to stretch us out. And we're going to work the legs. Okay. So for our arms, go ahead. Stop. Bring them out like a Y, like you're doing YMCA. Okay. And you're going to hold this position. Bring your shoulders away from your ears. All right. Now, core engage. Breathe in. Exhale, squeeze the abs, good. And now we're gonna kick left leg out, tap the heel, right leg out, tap the heel, okay? Working on your alignment, making sure that my pelvis, those bones are straight, they're pointed straight up. Look folks, we're just starting to work it. We're gonna be driving this home from now, probably until the end of time. So we're gonna get good at it, I promise you. You just gotta practice, stay with me, keep breathing. It doesn't have to be perfect, right? Okay, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go both legs out straight. I want you to bend your elbows now for cactus. So my elbows are at 90-degree angles, and I'm gonna lift my right leg up and then my left leg up, keeping the legs as straight as possible, right? But don't feel obligated to lock the knee out or like get this like ridiculous leg swing. Just comfortable, but you are getting a little stretch. We're doing some dynamic stretching today, in case you haven't noticed. We're doing some static stretching at the end. Don't worry for all my stretchies. Okay, relax. All right, so bend the knees, feet flat. Now you're gonna cross right ankle to left knee, and we're gonna do this little, I don't have a name for it. I was gonna call it flaps, but I'm gonna take my right knee, I'm gonna send it away from my head, and I'm gonna bring it in. Send it away from my head, bring it in. Now you can see when I started that, my pelvis started to go crazy, so I want to lock my core in, make sure my pelvis isn't moving, making sure my hips aren't moving, just making sure this right hip is turning in and out, meaning my pelvis isn't swaying side to side, my back's not rounding. Okay, we're going to switch legs. Let's also switch the position of our hands, so arms are going to be straight, palms are down. Okay, breathe in, exhale, and then we're going to open and close. Maybe I could call it open and close the door. I don't know. Names are optional, folks. If you want to donate $500, you can get an exercise named after you. Open and close the legs. Open and close the legs. You know how like they name the stars after people? Anyways, open and close, and then we're going to do some butterflies. Okay? And relax, breathe in. Exhale. So bring your arms out like a T. I got the wall here, so I'm going to do a modified T. Now what I'm going to do is feet together, knees apart, and then squeeze the knees together, okay? Remember the thigh masters? I actually have one. Squeeze those legs, use your adductors. Squeezing those legs, use those adductors. Good. Okay, and 3, 2, 1, release. Okay, we're gonna bridge, okay? So squeeze your glutes, don't tuck your tailbone up like we were doing before. It's not a hooking bridge. We're gonna try to go straight up, and I want you to hold it, okay? Now my back, my lower back should be with a slight curve in alignment. Most of the weight should be my glutes and my heels of my feet, and we're gonna hold this, okay? Making sure your pelvis is nice and straight. Now I want you to gently squeeze your thighs together without moving your knees. Okay, what does that feel like? So I'm getting the activation of my inner thighs, right? But I'm not bringing my knees together, creating a little isometric tension here, holding everything in. Now what you do is squeeze your glutes hard as you can. Squeeze, 2, 3, release. Don't hook your butt underneath when you squeeze the glutes, okay? You're just gonna squeeze right here. All right, Fit Fam, Coach Russo here on the other side. So we got our bridge, you're lifting up, you're in neutral position. All right, so what we're gonna do next is we're gonna be working on the straight legs. So you're gonna go one leg up, that's my right leg, lock that knee out, pull it back. Now your left leg's gonna go to beat it, lock both knees out. You can see I'm squeezing my glutes. Now, if you need to use your hands a little bit, pull back. My hamstrings are actually pretty flexible today. That's what I was asking myself. All right, so we're gonna time it. We're gonna go into the hold. You guys are gonna hold it, okay? So we got this, we got side planks, and we got planks, okay? They're all gonna be for time, and then we are going to move on until the next part of the workout. So enjoy. All right, lower down, slow, super slow. Slow, 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 and relax. A little dramatic flair there by me. It's kind of fun to watch yourself. All right, so up next is we are going to be doing the side planks. I'm explaining something, I'm sure it was extremely profound. All right, so what you do for side plank is you're going to line up your knuckles with your knee at the edge of the mat, okay? Now this is the trick right here, and then I'm going to cut, well, I'll stay with you guys. Why not? You're going to take that top hip, and you're going to send it down. So you're going to send that hip down, and then immediately take that muscle underneath my armpit called your lat, put it in position. And then from here, what you're going to do is you're going to lift up and hold. Now I got a couple variations of the plank here. First variation is that top leg is going to go out straight. I call that the super side plank. Or what you can do here, if you're feeling good, a little more advanced, is stack both legs on top of each other. Just make sure whatever you did on this side, you're going to do on the other side as well. Okay, so you got your other side plank, and then you got your plank, so stay with me another minute or two. The audio is back for the other side, okay? Thank you so much. All right, Fit Fam, we are standing. The chair probably moved a little bit. Let's get the chair out of the way. We don't need anymore. Now, like I said, I'll be using the mat, or actually you didn't hear me say this. I'm going to be using the mat to align my feet to kind of help guide us a little bit. So you can step on the mat. You don't have to. It doesn't necessarily matter, okay? So we're going to start in neutral stance. Now, once we're in neutral stance, make sure your toes are lined up so you can use the mat to line your toes up. And we're going to get a slight bend in our knees. Last week I said minusculely. That's definitely not a word, okay? But since our theme is alignment therapy, make sure your hips, right, are coming forward and in, okay? Now, what this does, it's going to drop our hips forward. It's going to allow our knees and ankles to stack up nice and straight, okay? So hold right there. Make sure your pelvis is coming in. Visualize being on the chair, right, when we have that pelvis and lifting, okay? Now from here, just nice, tall, lifted posture. Just hold it, okay? While you're doing this, you'll feel the weight in your legs a little more. That's better. Weight in the legs means weight not in my back, okay? So I'm here standing nice and tall. Let's breathe in and exhale. Great. So everything we're going to do is going to be this neutral position, okay? So what I want to work next is the shift, okay? So while we shift our weight, so I'm going to go your left, my right, so I'm going to shift over, and I want you to actually laterally shift your pelvis. Now, this doesn't mean bring your shoulders out and stick your butt as far as you can. You're just going to get this little bit of shift and then shift the other way, okay? A lot of times people, they don't shift their pelvis, okay? But while we're shifting, we're in that neutral stance, shifting side to side. Now, this is the shift and lift. So I'm going to shift to the left, right? Let me start again. I'm going to shift to the right, lift my left foot. Boom, shift and lift gently. Now, just go slow. Make sure you're shifting. Make sure you're lifting. But make sure when you lift up, you're keeping your pelvis straight forward, okay? A lot of conscious effort right now. Shift and lift and shift and lift. Beautiful job. All right, so keep going. Imagine you're on the chair, right? Remember on the chair, we had our leg coming straight up. It's the same thing, okay? Now everyone engage your core. It is core strength, so okay, engage your core, lift and lift. Okay, remember how I started every class with marches for a year straight? Now we're marching with strong intent, core, pelvis is engaged, I'm shifting. And let's go ahead and speed it up, it's shift. But your feet are super soft, okay? I'm shifting and I'm lifting. I'm getting this nice engagement in my abdominals and I'm moving my feet. This is how you march, folks. And you don't stand a chance if you just start with marching. You gotta do the alignment therapy first. Pretty much now and for forever, okay? So I'm marching in place, nice and soft feet, squeezing the abs, use your core, lift up, make sure your pelvis is on straight. Here we go, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Nice job. So, guess what happens to your balance when you're in better alignment? I'm assuming you guessed, but obviously, I hate that word. It gets better, okay? It gets better because you got larger muscle groups supporting the balance, okay? So let's move into our first balancing exercise. I'm gonna turn so you guys can see me from the side. I'm gonna be in neutral stance, okay? I'm gonna step forward with my left leg, one stride length for 50-50. You guys know 50-50? Make sure your pelvis is on straight, okay? Now, what we're gonna do from here is I'm going to shift my weight forward and into the left foot. So forward into the left foot. I want to make sure my left glute is turned on here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to lift the back foot, touch, lift the back foot, touch, and keep your focus on your left glute and your left hip, not your foot, not your knee, your hip, and you're lifting the back foot up and down, lifting the back foot up and down, lifting the back foot up and down. Good. Okay, from here, shift back, switch legs, okay, stepping forward, 50-50, got my right leg forward, my hips are on straight, okay? I'm lined up, I'm gonna shift my weight forward and to the right, make sure the weight's in my right glute, lifting the back foot and touch, 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 good, good, and 3, 2, 1, and release. Nice job. All right, let's go into a strengthening exercise right here. So we're going to stand up, neutral stance, okay? Here, I want you to cross your arms in front of you. Your palms are facing you. Okay, you're going to breathe in. You're going to exhale. You're going to straighten your arms at your sides, flexing everything, straighten your arms at your sides. And once you get your arms to the sides, squeeze your shoulder blades together, flexing everything, and release. Did you keep your hips in alignment? I know, I'm almost annoying at this point. Here we go. So crossing in front of you, breathe in, exhale, flexing the back of the arms, straightening out, flexing the back of the arms, squeezing your shoulder blades together, locking everything in, squeeze your core this time, and release. Good. Let's do that one more time, isometric. I want you guys maxing out on it. Let's go, maxing out. Here we go, breathing in, exhale, flexing everything, driving, flexing everything, hold, locking in, 3, 2, 1, and release. Very nice. Okay, let's go into the legs. We're gonna do our squat hold, but now that our pelvis is in alignment, our squat hold is gonna be beautiful, okay? So I'm gonna use the mat to line up here. My toes are at the end. So I start in neutral stance, take one stride length open to the right, slightly turn your toes out, okay? Everyone gets aggressive with those toe turn out. All right, so my hips are nice. I'm gonna breathe in. Exhale. Okay, bend your knees as little as possible, but they're bent, okay? Brace your core, push your hips back, sitting into the squat, and you're gonna hold it, okay? So while I'm in the hold, I'm making sure my hips are straight, and if my hips are straight, my knees and ankles are straight, and I'm gonna hold. Everyone squeeze your glutes, right? Brace your core, hold it, get some tension in the legs, Okay, we're gonna do some pulses. Ready? Down and up and down. From a little dance party, right? Down and up. Squeezing your glutes as you come down. Make sure you're not tucking your hips underneath. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Coming up. And relax. Nice job. All right, let's open this up, okay? So we're gonna open up into straddle. So straddle, if you guys know from here, I'm in neutral stance. I'm gonna go one step, right? 2 steps apart, but I'm gonna recenter. Okay, now in straddle, my toes are turned out a little bit more, okay? We're gonna be working our obliques, right? You wanna lose belly fat, you wanna slim the waist, here you go. Slight bend the knees, squeeze, okay? Now I was joking yesterday, but I'm literally gonna do this in class, ready? You're gonna make a little teapot here with the right arm, left arm on the ribs, okay? Now we're gonna pour the teapot out. Pour, but when you come back, flex that left side, right? Pour a little teapot, and flexing back is a badass teapot, okay? Pour the teapot out, flexing back, let's go. Pull the teapot out, isometric, so flexing out. You wanna get a long lean waist, pour the tea out, and flexing back. You can't make this stuff up, folks. Yeah, you can. All right, here we go, breathe in. Exhale, you're gonna pour out to the left, and then flex that coming back. Breathe in. Exhale, pour it out, and flex it in. This is my new favorite exercise. And pour it out, flex it back in, pour it out, flex it back in, breathe in, exhale, relax. You guys are laughing at home, that's the whole point, okay? All right, let's open this bad boy up into horse, okay? 3 stride lengths out, okay? Now, breathe in, exhale, arms out. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna shift our weight over to the right. Remember this from 2 weeks ago? Shift our weight over to the right, stretching this oblique, boom, back to center. Shift our weight over to the left. Back to center. Notice my knees and hips aren't moving. Everything's perfectly straightforward, locked in. Shifting to the left, all right. Back to center, shifting to the right. Back to center, shifting. Now we're gonna go side to side. Shift, 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 shift. 3, 2, 1. Relax, bend your knees, breathe in. Exhale, release, okay? I haven't done this yet in class, but this is technically standing splits, okay? It's 4 stride lengths apart, so go ahead, open that bad boy up. Now, if you're more flexible, as I have some clients, feel free to open this up as wide as you can. Why is this a good exercise? It's good to stretch the inner thighs. If you don't feel comfortable going this wide, that's fine. Just hold it, okay? We're gonna stretch it out. Now what we're gonna do is squeeze your glutes, engage your core, right? Squeeze, hold, hold. All right, now shuffle your feet back in, okay? So we've been working a lot of alignment therapy. Let's keep going with this lesson. We are almost done. I just want to pick the pace up for my more advanced students. I know they probably think this workout's pretty easy. It is not easy. It's psychologically difficult, but if you do it now, I should have said at the beginning, if you do your alignment therapy now, the rest of the day, guess what your hips are going to be in? Alignment, okay? All right, so we're gonna do some shift and lift and step, all right? So let's start in neutral stance here. Breathe in, hips on straight, exhale. Okay, stepping forward the left leg forward, shifting, lifting the back foot, pause, stepping forward with the right foot, okay? Now from here, breathe in, shift your weight into the back foot, lift the front foot, and stepping back. Okay, so I'm shifting, lifting, stepping, shifting, lifting, stepping back. Okay, breathe in, shift to the front leg, lift, and step, lift, and step. Okay, now with some tempo, hips on straight, lift, and step, and lift, and step. Keep going, lift, and step, shift your weight, shift your weight, shift your weight. So I'm shifting in the left foot, shifting in the right foot, shifting in the left foot. Good. If you want a little more exaggeration, put a little speed on it. And back. Sorry, my arms naturally do that. And back, and shift, and back. I want everyone to stop with the right leg forward. Stop. Bend both knees. Hold. Hug yourself. turn into the right leg. Here we go, 10 times. 1 to the right, 2, squeeze your abs, 3, 4, 5, squeeze your abs, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Stop in the center, breathe in. Exhale, drive the right leg up, pause, back in a neutral stance. Nice work. All right, I'm gonna flip sides. Let's go ahead. We're gonna be stepping with the left foot now. So we're in neutral stance here, breathe in. Exhale, stepping forward with the left leg, pause and hold, okay? We're gonna shift the weight into the left foot, then we're gonna shift back, shift the weight into the right foot, lift, stepping backwards, shift. Forwards, pause, shifting forward, okay? So my weight's in the left foot, I'm gonna shift back, weight's in the right foot, lifting up, left foot, shifting the left foot. So shifting to the right foot, and step, shift, and step. Shift, and step, shift, and step. Speed it up, here we go, up, and step, good, up. Shift your weight, ooh, wait right now. Check your pelvis, when you get out of alignment. Here, holding, up, and forward, up, and forward, up, and forward, up, and back, up, and forward. 3, if you want to put a little speed on it, here we go. 3, 2, and 1. Nice job, folks. All right, we're almost done. Let's wrap things up. We got 2 more exercises. We're gonna do a little ballet. We haven't done ballet balance in a while, okay? So ballet balance is heels together, toes apart, nice tall posture. Now in this position, your hips are gonna be a little more open. They do that for a reason, folks, okay? Not gonna explain it. Here, we're gonna stand here, okay? We're gonna come into high circle. So my arms are in this high circle. I'm gonna breathe in. I'm going to exhale, and as I exhale, I'm gonna exhale and bring my heels up, squeezing my inner thighs together. And I'm gonna drop down, bend my knees, plie, just a little bit, okay? If you feel it in your knees, don't bend them so much, but you should be able to bend them just a little bit. Breathe in. Exhale, coming up, squeezing inner thighs together. Relax, exhaling, bending knees. Here we go, breathe in. Exhale, squeezing inner thighs together, hold, and back down, breathing in. Exhale, squeezing inner thighs together, hold, and back down. Here we go, breathe in. Exhale, squeezing inner thighs together, hold, open the arms for ballet balance. Okay, we're gonna hold, see if you can go a little higher. So you can go a little higher, so you can go a little higher, so you can go a little higher, okay? Hold, breathe in, exhale, and recover. Nice job, folks. All right, let's just end with one breathing exercise, really simple. I was doing this one today, it felt amazing, okay? So we're gonna be in neutral stance. We're gonna work at a high circle again. I'm gonna breathe in, and as I breathe in, my thumbs go to the back of the room, my arms come apart, and my ribs flare gently. And then exhale, coming back into high circle, okay? Let's do 5. Here we go, breathe in, inhale. Exhale. 1, breathe in. Thumbs to the back of the rooms, exhale. Flaring the ribs slightly, that's 2, inhale. Good, let everything wind down, exhale. 3, inhale. Exhale. Good, last one for 5, inhale. Exhale, exhaling down, beautiful job. Okay, what I want to do right here, just roll the shoulders, relax. Okay, we're going to do our closing breath. So we're going to cross here, ready? So cross your arms, breathe in, inhale, and exhale. Good, inhale, and exhale. Good, breathing in, inhale, and exhale, dive into the pool, rolling down. Reflect on your efforts today. I came at you with a lot of new stuff. If you bear with it and you did everything, you're doing an awesome job. Let's keep working that way, folks. This does pay off, I guarantee it. Absolute certainty. Okay, go ahead, roll up, breathe. All right, workout complete. Give yourselves a round of applause, round of applause. Real quick, just want to shout out to everyone who's been helping me. Thank you so much. You guys are getting everything awesome. It's just been an amazing experience. We got a blog now, okay? So this week's blog post is about how to build muscle without working out. And it's all about taking conscious effort in your movement patterns. You'll see me sweeping the invisible broom, okay? So with that, folks, in the alignment therapy, yes, it is that important. It is that powerful. We're going to keep running that. Honestly, I don't see why we'd ever stop doing it. It just makes everything more effective. And as you age, guess what happens to your posture? It gets worse, okay? So that's the whole point. You guys are gonna leave the workouts not only feeling good, you're gonna be in alignment, you're gonna have energy, and you wanna keep going every single day with some form of movement. All right, folks, thank you so much. Tomorrow is green shirt, upper body. Do not skip upper body. It's very, very important, and it'll help you feel strong, okay? So great job today. I'm Coach Russo, and this is You'll Be Fit Forever. Peace.